Very good evening. In this particular video, we are going to discuss a very important question that used to be asked in interviews related to machine learning. That is, what is the basic difference between deep learning and machine learning? So let me start. As you all know that in today's scenario, deep learning is one of the very hot topic, and generally most of the research advancements are going to be happen in this specific field. So the basic difference between deep learning and machine learning is this, that deep learning is basically a concept that is being inspired by the structure of human brain. You can say that how human brain work, how we humans used to think, or how our brain identifies some objects and some other things. In the same way, deep learning is trying to achieve in machines. Okay, and you can say that basically or particularly it is effective in feature detection. What feature detection means? Suppose you have an image, in that image you have various objects, out of them you need to identify a particular object's image. That will basically, on the basis of features, you can say that will basically be helpful in the case of deep learning, right? And what we do with machine learning is, machine learning algorithm is all about passing the data, learning from the data, and then apply whatever that machine has been learned to give some informed decisions, right? So basic difference you are understanding, right? In deep learning, it is basically influenced by the structure of human brains, and it is basically used to extract features. While in machine learning, we have some input data, machine is going to, or machine learning algorithms are going to learn or work over that inputted data, and then they are going to give you some output based on some calculations. Okay. In second case, we can say that deep learning network eventually learn through their own errors. We all know that we humans learn through different errors that we used to perform in different tasks, right? So we are saying it deep learning. Deep learning basically means as far as we go into the deep of any particular field. Say you are learning computer science and you are going very deep in a particular subject, suppose machine learning, then your understanding on machine learning will be better, right? The same way, if you have suppose an image in front of you and you are focusing on any particular point, then the understanding of that point will be better in comparison to the previous one, right? That's why we are saying it deep learning, because we are basically, the machine is going to the deeper and deeper section of that particular problem, and then we are achieving a particular result. While what happens in machine learning is, machine learning algorithms are built to learn to do things by understanding labeled data. So we have previously labeled data, like say we are saying we are going to take a loan from a bank, then there will be two specific labels. Is it a safe loan or is it a risky loan? So safe and risky are two specific labeled, on the basis of which the result will be divided or categorized, we can say. So we previously have some output labeled, and on the basis of that we are generating some result. But in deep learning we don't have any label. We are just giving any specific output beyond any particular imaginations, you can say. Okay, so if you will see this graph, you are going to see that deep learning is directly proportional to the amount of data. Means if you are having a huge amount of data, in that scenario deep learning is going to give much better result in comparison to other machine learning algorithms. So in this diagram we are seeing that as soon as the amount of data is increasing, the performance is also increasing, right? That's why if we have huge amount of data, as we have in current scenarios, every particular problem we are having, specifically if we are talking about the decisions or the problems that human brain solves very easily, like computer vision, identifying the objects and so on, in that case we need to have very large data with us. So in that case, in that scenario, deep learning is going to work much better than machine learning. If you will talk about hardware dependencies, very simple. Deep learning is very much dependent on hardware, but if you will talk about the performance of deep learning, it is much better than machine learning concepts. Okay, same way problem solving approach, which particular solving approach your deep learning or machine learning is going to take. In machine learning, what happens, it generally recommended to break down the problems into separate parts and then solve each and every parts one by one and then finally give you some result. On the other hand, deep learning advocates to solve the problem end to end. Let's see an example. You have to identify an object. Not we specifically, the program need to identify an object. We have an image. Out of that image, your program needs to identify a particular object over there. So what machine learning will do, it will divide it into two different steps. In first step, it will identify if there is any object or not. And in second step, it will identify what that object is, right? But what deep learning will do, it will do it end by end. That means it will not divide it into two or three different parts. It will do it in one specific scratch, you can say, right? Execution time wise, deep learning definitely takes long time to train because it basically works the same way as human brain and tries to train or used to train. The same way in deep learning we have to train the machines very hard way. That's why it will take a longer time than of other machine learning algorithms. But definitely if we will talk about the performance, then deep learning is much better than of machine learning concepts. So guys, in this particular video, we have discussed what machine learning is, what deep learning and machine learnings are and what is the basic difference in these two specific topics. So this is enough for this particular video. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe.